Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. I know it lists itself as a tarot deck, but there's some notable differences. I personally view it as an oracle deck, so I use it as an oracle deck. I very much like this deck, but I feel like there's some striking differences, so I didn't want to use it as the tarot part of this because of that, but I'm like, you know what, I do want to use it, so I decided to use it as the oracle component. If you have that deck, or if you've seen it, or if you look it up, you'll probably see the striking differences, because like there's less cards, and just some of the cards, even though you could kind of make the stretch, it's still kind of a stretch to get to the normal meaning. I think, like, I don't know, I remember some of the cards I was just kind of like, oh, it's really far off from what the tarot is. that's not really, it's not matching what I know tarot as, so I'd use it as an oracle deck. Still like it though, obviously, that's why I'm using it. So I want to give credit where credit is due. I do like it. Okay. Aries. Going into this deck. Okay. You got the Six of Keys. Is this no, it's in Crescent Moon. I'm going to put the but there's a lot of joy in what you're doing in this one. When I feel this one, there's a lot of joy in what you're doing. You also got the Ace of Wands coupling with it, which is telling me you're very inspired, enjoying what you're doing. There's a lot going on here, a lot you got to do, but I feel like everything you're doing, you're very inspired, and it's making you feel good. It's almost like you got like you have this whole house to put together, but you love this house, and you're so happy and thankful to be there. Every time you put more things in place, you're just more inspired to do more because you're loving it, and it's going to be your house. It's kind of like that. You got success ushering this whole time in right here. Success is coming in with you. Getting a lot done, putting things where you want to, very busy, but you're happy doing it. Success is here. Okay, so that's how you're just kicking this situation off. Whatever it is this is that you're doing, this very exciting thing, you're loving it, you're sticking with that. It seems to be taking a lot of your time. I don't think you mean for it in the beginning to take up as much time as it is. It's almost like if this is a new job or this is a project at work, you're thinking you might spend a little extra time staying after, doing a little couple things, but it turns into like you're almost spending like you're almost doing like a double shift. Like for example, if your normal shift was from 8 to 4:30, we'll just say for argument, or 8 to 5, just to be arguing, just for argument's sake, you might be coming in like I'll go in at 7:30, and I expect maybe I'll leave maybe a little later, like 5:30, but that's all I expect to. But what's happening is you're getting there like at 6 in the morning, and you're not leaving till like 8 o'clock at night. But you don't want to. You're either that, or you're doing the normal hours, but you're doing stuff outside of work to keep it going and to plan ahead and get things ready. You might be like staying up late at night at home, planning stuff, putting stuff together. It doesn't have to be business oriented. I mean, it's the King of Pentacles, so it does kind of like give a money flavor to it. But the King of Pentacles is also about persistence and holding true to what you believe is correct and what you're inspired to do. So if it's going, it could be something else. The examples escape me right now, but they're there. Who knows? When we keep going, I might pop into some other version of how this is going for y'all. Now, is balance a good or bad thing here? Because this isn't the environment. It feels good. I feel like other people are realizing like you're inspired. Let you be happy. Other people seem to be saying, "Hey, the Aries is inspired. Let the Aries be happy. The Aries is happy. They're doing what they want to do. I don't want to impede their progress." People seem to be leaving you alone. Okay, I like this. The Six of Swords is telling me people are leaving you alone because you're inspired. And there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Other people might be picking up the slack and other things you normally do because they know what you're doing right now. You're very busy. And they just want to help you because it seems like it's a very successful move forward. And they're like, I want you to have that success. I want you to do well with it. So I'll pick up the slack over here. You keep going over there. People seem to be helping you. Why are my... I gotta trim these whiskers. For the love of Pete. They're poking me in the side of my mouth. Alright. Just a random whiny moment for you to enjoy. I should look up this card, because I think it's the Hierophant, but I'm not exactly sure. But the way I feel, because I'm an intuitive reader, that's literally probably why I'm not looking up the card. Because I read cards intuitively. I don't like going through just like rote routine or just like, the static reason behind them. But I do feel kind of a Hierophant feel with this one. I get like things that you don't... There's like a hidden aspect here. Is this something you're holding from other people? No. There's a hidden aspect to this card. Like if you look at this card really close, you'll see those shadow figures in the back. You can see I think that's Hilarion, that guy. But there's the shadow figures behind him, almost like this person is a clairvoyant or a medium. Could be memories. Could definitely be memories. I'm trying to channel in what they want me to say with that card, because it feels like the Hierophant, but the Hierophant feels like rules to me, and even though I think that's supposed to be the Hierophant, I'm not getting that off that card. I'm getting like looking at the past and remembering where you've been and where you're going, and I feel like you're continuing on this path, and you're feeling like this is going to set you up to the next phase, and this is something that you're not going to just let go when you're done. You're going to implement it to keep it going in the next cycle. Okay, finally got there. Took me a minute. Sorry about that. People seem to be working with you. People see you setting your course. Literally it says set your course, setting your course. Other people, like where this is hitting, other people are working with you to help you set that course. It's kind of like, you want to go across country and there's these 3 places you want to go to on the way. They're helping you find the best way to get there, the safest way to get there. They're trying to help you find the best transportation to do it. The supplies you're going to need to go along the way. People are supporting you. Like there's a lot of support here. People are working at this. This is showing up between you and in the environment. You're creating this moving forward. Other people are working with you to help you create it. There's a lot of positive energy here. Not that that's that odd, but I'm just like, it looks like it's going really well. Right, we'll just keep going. The Akashic Library is next. Clearing the way. Getting the obstacles out of your way, and the Emperor. The Akashic Records is what really hits me. Because I feel like there's certain rules and regulations, and then I'm feeling that Hierophant energy again. There are certain things that have to be upheld. Like you can't just drop everything. Even if somebody's picking up the slack for you right now, for you just to set off cross country and just go somewhere else, your life just can't do that, is what I'm getting. Not and keep what you have. Like there'd be major devastation if you did that in some respect. So there's people helping you work on these boundaries, helping you get through these boundaries, trying to help you clear the way. The Emperor energy is helping you find the right way to do things, but still trying to help you make your plan happen. People are still wanting to help you make your plan happen. It's almost like it's not just people trying to help you pick up the slack anymore. Other people are going to have to do what you used to do so you can go forward and do this. Like it's almost like you're completely having to relinquish responsibilities you used to do so you can move forward with this. This is a big change. I'm starting to feel like this is a big change. When you're starting to really form this and see where you could be going, you're like, I could be going this whole other direction. I could be going... You have this big opportunity in front of you. That's when the Princess of Wands, which don't get caught up in the gender, this is telling me there's a very caring, careful movement forward. This is someone this is like, the princess is training to be a queen, right? That's a very powerful position. So she has a lot of power in her own right, but she's kind of like unsure of herself at this point. She's like, I haven't had the experiences to know exactly how to do these things. Sometimes life gives me the school of hard knocks, and I'm trying to like not get knocked too hard with this stuff. And this is your energy, kind of like, I want to keep moving forward, but this is starting to make me nervous, like there's big changes happening here, and some of these changes I'm worried they might be permanent. I like what's going forward, I like the success, I'm very inspired, but I don't know if I want a permanent change here just yet. It's almost like, it's almost like plastic surgery. It's like I get that done, I better like it because it's going to take a lot to put it back the way it was, if it can even go back to the way it was. It's kind of feeling like that here. And you're like, wait a minute, I like this, but I don't know I wasn't really planning on a permanent change like this. Like I wasn't going to completely walk away from those responsibilities, and I'm starting to see like that might happen, and that's going to change the whole landscape of my life. I don't know about that just yet. The Sands of Time and the Prince of Wands is popping in the environment. People are telling you it's time, but I'm also getting with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is usually quick in, quick out. Here today, gone tomorrow. So there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of push to get you to go forward. People are trying to really pressure you to go forward. If you don't want to do this, though, this will subside relatively quickly. That's not good nor bad. They're just saying, like, don't feel like this is a pressure that you're going to have to constantly deal with. It will subside relatively quickly. People really do believe in what they're saying. They really do believe it's time for you to move forward, but I feel like it's up to you to decide whether this is truly the time to do this or not. I feel like this is making you nervous. Like, this is a big change, and I don't know if, I mean, it's kind of like the way it's coming up. Like, I wasn't planning to make this big of a change. I don't know if I really want that. Again, it's like plastic surgery. If I'm going to have plastic surgery done, I better like it, because it's going to take a lot to put it back if I don't. And there's recovery time and getting used to things, all that stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. You've got the Nine of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. People are going to try to be helping you understand why this is a good idea. You're having a lot of anxiety, but I feel like there's other people having a little bit of anxiety too here. You're not the only one questioning if this is really something you or they want, because it seems like it's going to be permanent. So working through this with other people, talking about this with other people, keep the lines of communication open. Talk about your concerns and encourage them to talk about their concerns. This will help you get like a better base on like where things really stand, how things really level out. And it'll help you make a better decision going forward if you really want to keep this or not. Because it seems like it's a big decision to me. I keep using that plastic surgery example. I don't know why, but there you go. You're the one deciding. You got the Three of Keys at the end here. And the Three of Keys for me, again, this is why I treat this as an oracle deck. It's you holding the keys and deciding which door you're going to open. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go forward or are you going to not? Because you know full well, you full well know it, and I feel like this is a very Aries thing. If you say you're going to do it, then you're going to do it. You're not like, I'm not going to say I'm going to do it, get, 50 miles down the road and be like, no, I changed my mind. If you do it, you're going to hold yourself to it and make yourself succeed with it. You're going to see it through. So I feel like that's an Aries thing. I really do. Aries kind of like, when they say they're going to do it, then they're going to do it. They have every intention, unless something gets in their way or something pops up and they can't. And then, life happens. But otherwise, when they say they're going to do it, they have every intention of doing it. Every intention, unless something really goes wonky unexpectedly. And I feel like that's you, Aries. Three of keys here says the chess game. Literally, you have to decide because you're going to stick with it. I'm getting this is good to go forward with. I feel like this is the next phase. This is a good idea. This card, Will, Wisdom, and Mind. I've never really seen this card before. I've used this deck for a few weeks now. I've just never really seen it, but it makes me feel like, there's a lot of power behind it. I'm getting like the balancing of elements. It's interesting because even the yellow makes me feel like air, and you've got green, blue, and yellow, green, blue, and red there too. It seems like all the elements are balancing, and you're the final element of spirit. And it's kind of like when you come in with spirit, it's almost like the Empress is kind of example of you coming in and adding that final element into the 5 elements. I feel like once that's done, this will, like when you come together with it, you make your final decision, this will be a great thing. It's going to be a little unnerving because it's like your whole life seems to be changing. Your whole life seems to be moving forward a different way, but I feel like it's really good. I feel like this is better than expected. I just feel like it wasn't expected to go this far. And when it does, you're like, oh, like that's more than I bargained for. But I feel like it's good. It feels like a reward. It really does. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.